Now, we've neglected PEP a little bit too much lately, don't you think? This one is called the PEP Tiki Taka. Now, on the Steam Workshop where I got this from, it does look like it is in French. So, the description simply says, put your opponents in a nightmare with this 4-3-3 tactic designed to dominate the game at every level. Perfect for teams looking to control possession while remaining extremely dangerous in front of goal. This setup combines defensive solidity with attacking dynamism. This is not a tactic that aims to make you win every match. So, that'll be interesting to see how it does for our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with all that said, let's jump into the Premier League and see how our teams did. Well, unfortunately, if this tactic isn't designed to help win every single game, it clearly worked for Aston Villa. I mean, 10th place is not good. 52.61 goals, not a great spot. 86 points, though, for Liverpool. 102 goals is. I mean, 86 points is roughly where you expect them anywhere. Anyway, 102 goals is a fantastic mark. Unfortunately, though, in the domestic cups, they are out 1-4 against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup 4th round and the FA Cup quarters against Manchester City 1-2. However, a perfect run in the Europa League, fine up until the final against Sporting, and you get the trophy. Nice job, 1-1 in penalties. So overall, second place in the Premier League division is not bad at all. I mean, you do get the Europa League, so you get the trophy there. Knocked out in the quarters by Manchester City, though, in the FA Cup. Knocked out in the 4th round by Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I mean, you would hope to have done a little bit better there, but overall, definitely a season to take a look at. Squad-wise, Green is not there a lot, though. 35 goals for Nunez, Salah with 24. That's how you usually should see it. Assist 24 for Trent, very well done there. And average rating of Mohamed Salah with a 7-4-0. Aston Villa not doing awful. I mean, Carabao Cup 4th round is not great against Brighton 0-3. That kind of does hurt. But you do get to the FA Cup quarters. You lose out yet again to Brighton, this time in penalties, though. But you're out immediately, or almost immediately, against Atletico Pamplona, 1-3 in the Conference League Path 4th qualifying round. Wow. So all in all, this is definitely a season to forget for Aston Villa. 10th place is not good at all, and you're out of all three. You are into the quarters of the FA Cup, but unfortunately you lose out to Brighton. So overall, yeah, this isn't a great season. And as you can see, there's not a lot of green here to take a look at. 13 goals is the top for Moussa Diaby, Zaniolo with 12, 10 for Luis, and that is it in double digits. Assists, 10 apiece for McGinn and Douglas Luis, and that's it for double digits. And then average rating, Clement Longley with 1 start and 5 off the bench gets the top, but Douglas Luis with a 7-11. Data hub for Liverpool, attacking wise through and through, shots per game is not up there as it usually is, but crossing completion is, interestingly enough. But if we look at goals per game, 2.68. What is the average? It is 1.17 more than the Premier League average, but 0.95 conceded, 0.98 XG against. And then as we look at Aston Villa, yeah, that's not great. Not at all. 1.61 goals per game, 1.32 conceded, 1.5 expected goals against. So points per game, Liverpool clearly in second, of course we knew that, but 2.26. Aston Villa all the way in 10th with only 1.37. But if we go to the main Premier League stats, most goals Liverpool in first with 102, only 3 above Manchester City though. Fewer shots against in fourth with 295 for Liverpool. Most possession, Liverpool do get 61%. Wow. Aston Villa with 56% in sixth. Best pass completion, Liverpool in fifth with 89%, 88 for Aston Villa. And then most shots for Liverpool, the only one making list, in second with only 554. But now with the Premier League teams either hot or cold, what's Ipswich Town going to do? Well, 11th place. Not great at all. 61 points, 74 goals. They didn't have a good season. Out immediately against Stevenage, 2 all in penalties in the Carabao Cup first round. You do get to the semi-finals of the FA Cup though, but lose out to Manchester City in penalties. Wow, that's pretty good. So overall, championship, awful. I mean, FA Cup is the only shining spot. Carabao Cup was awful as well. And you only lost in penalties. That's pretty nice. There's the one bright spot, the silver lining, the shining star of this season, I guess. And that's reflected with only 2 in the green. Goals, 11 for Chaplin and Wes Burns. George Hurst all the way down with 4. Assist-wise, 12 for Harry Clark. Leif Davis only has 9. But average rating is 709 for Leif Davis and a 702 for Wes Burns. Championship stats, well, points per game, Ipswich in 11th with 1.33. But the main stats, of course, most goals in 7th with 74, well above what you're expecting, at least what we've seen the last couple of weeks. Fewer shots against in 5th with 395, most possession in 2nd with 58%. So the tactic itself, a sweeper keeper is where we start in support, a fullback in attack on the left, a complete wingback in attack on the right, ball playing defender next to a central defender both in defend, a DM in defend, a roaming playmaker in support next to a CM in attack, inside forwards on both sides in attack, and a deep lying forward in attack up front. Positive mentality, in possession, attacking with his narrow, approach plays pass into space, overlap on the right, but focus play through the middle, which we definitely don't see all that often. Play out of defense, passing directness is much shorter, tempo is slightly lower, mixed crosses in the final third, work the ball in the box, dribble less, and be more expressive. In transition, counter press, hold shape, distribute quickly, and distribute to the back line. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, stay on feet, step up more, and trap outside. Now, how did it do for our three teams? Well, two of them, not so well. Ipswich Town in 11th place is not great, only 61 points. They've been winning the league handily the last couple of weeks, so this is a little bit disappointing. Liverpool, the only one doing okay, 86 points, about average. 102 goals, though, is pretty nice. Aston Villa in 10th, whoa, 52 points is not good at all. Now, I will say, below the description in the comments of the tactic where I got this from, the creator of the tactic does say, thank you for your feedback. The goal is for everyone to be able to adapt the tactics to their own way of playing. With that said, I would see this more as a shell of a tactic where you have the basics in principle in the tactic itself, but you do definitely need to massage it into your team, figure out where your players can reside in that tactic, and switch it up if need be so that they play better to their best of their abilities. And if things just still aren't working all that well, transfer market comes up, you get the people in that you will fill these roles a little bit better and see how they do there. But it definitely will take a lot of hands-on approach instead of what I do here, which is holidaying throughout the entire season. So with all that said, I think you've got to really dive into this one on your own and test it out to make it a really fantastic tactic. And if you have, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear how yours did and how you got your team gelling with this one. But that is it for me, Stefan FM, for the Football Manager blog channel. Don't forget to check out our Facebook group and website linked below to get more in-depth on Football Manager itself, the tactics, the players, the staff, and all. Thanks so much for checking this out, and we'll see you in the forums to talk more about this tactic and everything else FM related. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and enjoy.